I think when I was 15, 16 years old, I told my mom at first, like, I came to her and said, like, hey mom, I think I'm bi. Everyone is at one point of time. So then at the age of 18, I realized that no, I'm actually gay. So I told my mom, like, I'm gay. How she reacted to it was quite funny also, because she doesn't know what was that and all. So I had to explain to her and stuff. So yeah, and then so I came out about 16, 18 years old, when I was already confirmed of what I am of myself. So yeah.
Okay, so the moments that led to me coming out was actually because of a dear friend of mine. He was encouraging me to actually come out to my parents, because I was like basically out to most of my friends already at this point, and he was like saying that, you know, you do not want to rob your parents a chance of knowing the real you when your friends know the real you but your family doesn't. And so I actually decided to take his advice to come out to my parents, because like if we don't give them the chance now, then it's like you'll never know also, like if they will be accepting, or like how could it go actually. As in a sense where you're like, you do not want to steal the chance of your parents like getting to know the real you. At least even if they don't come to terms with it, you know that you try to give it a chance. And it, like, whether it goes right or it goes south is not in your hands, but the only way you can control is the way you react to it. So I decided to actually take his advice and come out to my parents, I think like 10 years later, when I should have actually done it when I knew about it already. So it did actually go south at first, but eventually they came to understanding.
Hi, I'm Asha, and my hobbies are playing the electric guitar, cycling, recently picked up rollerblading, and I also love to read a lot. And I'm also bisexual. I wouldn't say there's a particular moment that led me to coming out, but I've spent many years in Canada, and in Canada there are legal rights for people like me, so coming out was never an issue when I moved there. This is just a known fact among friends. Whereas in Singapore, the process has been pretty challenging. Singapore is a conservative society. So coming out, there was no particular moment, but I have tried telling my family and also friends over here.
Okay, nothing actually. I had a girlfriend and I brought her home. My mom was at home. It was on Mother's Day. I remember year was 2019. I brought her home and okay, actually I kind of came out when I was younger, but she didn't really take it seriously. So this is like the serious story lah. I just brought her home like, Mom, this is so and so. Then she was like, oh, your friend? No, my girlfriend. Oh, okay. That's all. That was my mom. My friends, okay, because I was in an all-girls school, so my friends, they kind of knew because I had that haircut. Like, I still have the haircut. So, they all kind of knew. Like, people closest to me, especially, they knew that, you know, I'm not straight. But at that time, I did not know exactly what it was. I didn't know labels, I didn't know anything. So I just knew that I like guys, I like girls, that's it. I do not know what the labels were. My other family, like my sister, my brothers. My sister, she was kind of, I wouldn't say homophobic, but she was hoping that one day I'm gonna marry a man and have the happily ever after story. But sorry Akka, I'm not gonna have that. Yeah.
I came out when I was 17, and it was not by choice. So a poly friend kind of found out, so she kind of spread the rumors to everybody, and it became a unofficial coming out. So that was for my friends. And when it came to my family, so the first official family member that I told was my sister-in-law. So after her was my brother, and then my other brothers and all of those. But not yet to my mom. I guess I'm still waiting for that. and yeah, I think I had a okay-ish of a coming out story. Yeah, I was not really how do I say? I was not really pushed aside by my friends or anything, so they kind of accepted me. I guess it comes with the whole bubbly and interactive personality. But I did have moments where people started using my sexuality against me. So like when you tell one person and ended up everybody knew it, and I was like, okay, so I can't trust this one person. And a very close best friend of mine from secondary school, so she kind of took the liberty to help me come out to other friends, because she felt that if one person know, everybody should know. But it's not that way. Coming out is something that is unique to everybody, and it's something that it's me, it's mine. I should have the rights to decide when and where to come out. So, but no regrets. To those who know me, they know I'm gay. To those who don't know, feel free to come and ask me. But yeah, coming out was fun.
So from primary school, right, I started liking girls. So I thought, to me, my closest is my mom. So I thought she should know something. So I tried to give hints and all. Then when I was in secondary school, I did tell her lah, but I told her over WhatsApp, because it's one kind to tell in person. Then later I told her in person lah. So she's accepting, and she said as long as I take care of my mom and dad, in the end it's okay. And she accepts me for who I am. Yeah, that's how it goes.
As for me, I kind of came back home one day from secondary school, and I decided to tell my mom that I have a best friend. And then I followed on to say that I really, really want to marry my best friend. Spitting her chai out, she actually looked at me. But grateful enough that both of our parents were very understanding, especially my mom. She did take a day to process the whole idea of it, but she came back to me telling me that, bringing me to a friend who's a psychiatrist as well then. She was a lecturer, so co-lecturer, and we actually spoke about it. And I'm so gifted and blessed to have that opportunity to sit down with her and to learn my identity, and that's how I actually got and understood myself better, that yeah, I'm pan. So we were from the same private academy. I met her there, she was studying there. And we weren't friends then, we were like hi-bye friends. Then after a couple of years, we actually met each other under my block. Coincidentally, like with no link at all. So when I bumped into her, and then we reached out with each other, we started speaking, and then we established the relationship.
But what I remember is I met her under my block lah. Then I was thinking, who is this? Then I just drank my coke and walked away. That's what I remember. Yeah. Then we contacted each other in Instagram, if I'm not wrong lah. So from there we talked, we spoke, and then now we are here.
I'm sure it wasn't a nice who is this, like who's this girl batik judging me. It was that.
Okay. During secondary school time, my crush have gone and tell to my mom that, certain things that happened between us. So there was a day that my mom was sitting down at living room and she was crying. And I went to and asked her, why mom are you crying? And she told me that, son, I have heard things that, that you are being in this line. Is it true? And I thought that, that's the moment that I have to bring out and let her know that I'm not the person that she's thinking. So I took that opportunity and told her that, yes, mom, I'm not that person that you're thinking. And since the younger days that I was going through this thing, but I wasn't daring enough to come and share with you because I don't want to make you sad. But after this, I think there will not be any moment for me to bring out and let you know that I'm not straight. So this is the time. So I bring it out to her and let her know that this.
Growing up, I would say I had a pretty normal childhood. In a typical Indian family, I went to an average primary and secondary school. In secondary school was when I started realizing that there's something different about me. In secondary school, I went to a mixed education school, which meant there were both boys and girls. Around Sec 2 to Sec 3 was when boys would start having crushes on girls and vice versa. Though I had a lot of guy friends, I never really had crushes on guys. Growing up watching movies, my friends and my cousins would be gushing over and commenting on how the male actor was very attractive. But even then, I would always find the female actress to be good looking. Back then, I did not know what LGBTQ was. There was no media influence. Social media and internet was not so prevalent as what it is today. In secondary school, I remember having a crush on my female best friend. Though I had many friends, I felt somewhere that I was all alone, like I had this secret that I could not really share with anyone. I felt strange and even abnormal at times. When I went to JC, I met some people who were similar to me. Social media and the internet started becoming more accessible. And through that, I educated myself, and that's when I realized that there was something called the LGBTQ community. Fast forward a few years, a few relationships through, I realized that I was only attracted to women. I went to university, met even more people, and I think that's when I started truly understanding and accepting myself for who I was. When I attended Pink Dot for the first time, I realized that there were hundreds, if not thousands, of LGBTQ Singaporeans who had similar stories and experiences as I did. But even then, I did not feel like I could come out to my family or friends. Even the thought of coming out was extremely daunting. Few years down the line, however, I decided to come out. As I was in my late 20s, as in any typical Indian household, the marriage talks started. There was only so many excuses that I could give my parents as to why I couldn't get married, at least in the traditional sense that they were expecting me to. I also felt like I needed to be truthful, to give them a chance at least to see and understand me for who I was. I also felt a social responsibility to come out to more people, because only then there would be awareness that there was someone within their own family and friend circle who was LGBTQ. And only with more awareness can we have more conversations. And only with these conversations over time can we expect any sort of change for the LGBTQ community. I finally came out about 2 years ago, and it still remains one of the scariest things I've done in my life thus far.